Someone from heaven is warning you, a person you love is leaving forever. Open this now. Archangel Michael says the hour has turned and a quiet decision has already been made. Footsteps you love are preparing to walk beyond the door you know. The air around you can feel it like a current that pulls without sound. My beloved child, this is not your imagination because the signs are gathering like rain before a storm. The same message keeps echoing through small coincidences that carry heavy meaning. Heaven is placing a lantern in your hand so you are not left in the dark. You felt it when their eyes lingered on the horizon longer than usual. You noticed it when their words were careful like someone packing fragile glass. Their heart has been measuring distance while their smile tried to hold the present. A suitcase exists even if it is only in thought for now. The zipper is closed in their mind and a map is folded under their pillow of plans. The calendar on the wall is already whispering a date that changes everything. Type Amen to get blessing 333. There is a letter in the invisible world with your name written in steady light. It explains that departures are not curses because they carry hidden protection. It promises that the space left behind will become the doorway to your next life. The person you love is stepping toward a road that does not loop back. They are not doing this to punish you or to test you. They are following a pull that started long before either of you could name it. You tried to hold time still with kindness and patience. You gave more than anyone could see because your giving was quiet and real. Heaven counted every act and none of it will be wasted. A final conversation is approaching like a tide that cannot turn away. The words will be gentle but the meaning will be firm. After those words, the room will feel larger and colder at the same time. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You will hear ordinary sounds become loud as if the house itself is listening. A chair will scrape the floor and it will sound like a line being drawn. A door will close softly and it will feel like a chapter finding its last sentence. Do not beg the tide to reverse because tides obey the moon and not the shore. Your heart is not the shore because your heart is the ocean itself. Oceans learn to hold everything without drowning. You will try to remember the very first day and you will succeed. The memory will arrive like a warm wind from the past carrying laughter and sunlight. Keep that wind in your chest like a private summer that no one can take. There is a simple item they leave behind that becomes a monument. A cup, a scarf, a note that never found the right moment to be read. This small thing will glow like a coal of meaning for a while and then cool into peace. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The night before the change, sleep will feel thin like paper. You will wake to check a message that does not arrive and then sleep again. The morning will find you anyway because mornings are faithful servants. Archangel Michael says you are not losing your destiny because destiny cannot be stolen. You are stepping out of a story that finished its task in your life. The next page is already printed in heaven waiting for your hands. The person you love is leaving a version of themselves behind that no longer fits. They are walking toward the chapter that answers a promise they made to their own soul. That promise never belonged to you and it never owed you pain. You are being asked to travel in place by opening your heart instead of a suitcase. The journey is inward and the map is written in feelings you usually avoid. Courage is the only ticket and you already have it. Type Amen to get blessing 777. In the quiet that follows, your senses will sharpen like a brand new blade. Colors will look honest and the sky will stand taller. You will notice that your breath has a rhythm that sounds like mercy. Friends will try to comfort you with words that reach almost far enough. Thank them because kindness is a bridge even if it does not cross the whole river. Walk the part it offers and heaven will carry you the rest of the way. There will be a day when you arrange your space and everything in it feels true. The chair faces the window in a way that invites sunrise. The floor holds your steps like a promise kept. You will clear a shelf without anger and make room for what is coming. Space is not emptiness when it is made with intention. Space is a welcome sign for miracles that require breathing room. Type Amen to get blessing 888. A letter will arrive in an unexpected form and you will know it is for you. It could be a message, a receipt, a song you have not heard in years. The timing will land with the accuracy of an arrow finding the center. Archangel Michael says grief is a teacher that speaks fluently in love. It will teach you what your love was made of and where it still lives. It will not harm you because it works for heaven when you let it. You will discover that your tenderness is not a weakness. It is a compass that points to the life you deserve next. Follow it with the same bravery you used to love before. You will begin to rebuild the ordinary rituals that steady a day. Water will taste like forgiveness and fresh sheets will feel like a new chance. The mirror will return your face to you with more kindness than before. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Money that felt stuck will begin to move because blocked rivers search for a path. Work will feel lighter because you stopped asking it to rescue your heart. The right opportunity will slip into your week the way dawn slips into night. A voice you have not heard in a while will check on you at the perfect moment. Their concern will fit like a borrowed jacket that warms and protects. Keep the jacket for a season and return it with gratitude. New love will not arrive as a replacement because your heart is not a broken part. New love will arrive as a sunrise over a landscape you earned by healing. You will recognize it by the way you breathe easier without trying. The person who left will not be your unfinished sentence. They will be the completed paragraph that made the next chapter possible. You will close that page without bitterness and keep the book open. Type Amen to get blessing 111. On a certain afternoon, you will hear laughter that belongs in your future. You will follow the sound and find yourself right where you belong. That place will feel like home without negotiations. You will not chase shadows because you learned how light behaves. Light bends around sharp edges and still reaches the floor. You are the floor that welcomes light and makes it useful. Your dreams will grow practical wings and land in your schedule. A plan will fit your life the way a key fits its door. You will turn that key and hear the soft click that means yes. Archangel Michael says heaven is proud of the way you kept your hands open. You did not close your fist around what wanted to move. You let love prove that it can change shape and still be love. Type Amen to get blessing 222. My beloved child, breathe and let the moment pass through you like clear water. Nothing that belongs to your purpose can miss you. Everything that left has fulfilled its holy assignment in your story. Tonight you will sleep deeper because acceptance is a strong pillow. Tomorrow you will wake stronger because truth is a strong drink. The day after that you will walk forward without looking back for long. When you remember, do it gently the way you would touch a healed scar. The past will not bleed because you gave it closure. The future will not tremble because you gave it permission. The warning from heaven has done its work by preparing your heart. The leaving has found its meaning and the staying has found its strength. Your path continues with light on it from a sky that never empties. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. If this message held your heart and helped you stand up again, your support truly matters. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. May peace settle over your home like a calm dawn and remain. The road bends and you keep walking, and your steps begin to trust the path again. The sky learns your rhythm and opens a little wider each day. What once felt like an ending now behaves like a gate. You begin to speak to your own heart as if it were a friend returning from a long journey. Your words are simple and nourished by honesty. Peace listens and decides to stay. The room that once echoed now hums with quiet purpose. You place your hands on the tasks that matter and feel your strength return like power to a home after a storm. Light settles on your shoulders like a shawl that fits. There is a moment when you catch your reflection and recognize the survivor and the dreamer at once. The survivor bows to the dreamer and makes space. The dreamer thanks the survivor and chooses the horizon. Type Amen to get blessing 4444. People who once drifted now circle back with sincerity. Their presence lands softly like birds deciding your window is safe. You receive what is meant for you and release what is not. A new routine blooms in the middle of your week without announcement. It grows from small faithful choices stacked like bricks. Soon you can lean your whole future against it without fear. You open a drawer and find the map of who you used to be. The lines are still there but the routes have changed. You fold it with respect and keep it as a reminder, not a command. Your laughter returns first as a whisper and then as a room-filling bell. It rings through your schedule and resets the hour. Joy begins to arrive on time. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There is a message from the future hidden inside a simple day. It says you did not break because you were built with mercy. It says your softness is armor that breathes. Work begins to feel like seed rather than weight. You plant with attention and harvest with patience. Results appear like green shoots that refuse to hurry and never fail to rise. You learn the difference between longing and alignment. Longing tries to pull the past forward while alignment steps into the present with authority. You choose alignment and feel the floor strengthen beneath you. The calendar no longer threatens you with empty squares. Each square becomes an altar for one meaningful action. The actions stack and form a staircase you can climb. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. A quiet evening arrives and you hear your spirit set down its luggage. The thud is small and decisive. You realize you have arrived inside yourself. You write a short note to the person who left and do not send it. The page carries your gratitude like a clean river. When the ink dries, so do the last tears. Your home begins to mirror your healing. Plants lean toward the window as if imitating your posture toward hope. Even the clock sounds kinder. You discover a courage that does not shout. It stands in your chest like a lighthouse that does not move. Its beam is steady and covers every mile you will ever need. Type Amen to get blessing 7777. New doors open that match your growth, not your fear. You step through them with the grace of someone who has learned to trust slow miracles. Slow miracles prove themselves with time that stays. You craft boundaries that are gentle and firm. They keep the good in and the harm out. They teach others how to hold you by how you hold yourself. A small celebration happens for no reason at all. You light a candle just to honor the fact that you stayed. The flame salutes you and you salute it back. Love reintroduces itself in a way that does not require rescue. It stands beside you rather than in front of you. It carries its own light and honors yours. Type Amen to get blessing 5555. You begin to notice signs that feel like precise invitations. A street name echoes a dream and a time on the clock repeats your hope. Alignment leaves a breadcrumb trail and you follow it calmly. Your sleep grows deep like a well with clear water. You wake refreshed and brave enough to be yourself again. Morning greets you like a partner who knows your rhythm. A message arrives with perfect timing and balanced tone. It affirms a decision you already made in silence. You smile because confirmation loves quiet spaces. The past knocks softly and you answer without fear. It comes to return what it borrowed and leaves with respect. Closure becomes an ordinary word and an ordinary gift. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. You revisit the places that once hurt and find they no longer own your breath. The ground has been healed by your footsteps and time. You walk through and keep moving. A fresh idea takes your hand like a steady companion. You do one small thing to honor it, then another, then another. Soon the idea is a path with your name on it. You schedule rest as if it were sacred work. Rest answers by pouring clarity into your mind. Clarity arranges your week like a skilled conductor guiding sound. You realize the warning from heaven became a blessing by telling the truth early. Prepared hearts bleed less and build more. You were prepared and now you are building. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. A kindness you gave months ago returns multiplied. It arrives wearing new clothes and carrying new opportunities. You recognize your own seed in the harvest. Your standards rise without anger. They rise like sunrise, inevitable and kind. What does not meet them steps aside without a scene. You share wisdom with someone who is where you were. Your words land because they are lived and not borrowed. Their thanks is quiet and real. Grace keeps reorganizing your story in your favor. It edits out the fear and leaves the lesson. It edits out the noise and leaves the music. Type Amen to get blessing 369. You learn to hold joy and responsibility at the same time. They no longer compete, they collaborate. Your days begin to sound like a well-tuned choir. A door you thought was closed reveals a second hinge. It opens inward this time, asking for presence instead of effort. You step inside and find ease waiting. An unexpected refund, a timely favor, a lifted burden. Providence starts showing up in small precise ways. Exactness becomes a love language you understand. You practice gratitude like a craft, not a performance. It shapes your hands and your habits. It turns ordinary moments into durable treasure. Type Amen to get blessing 2468. The horizon now feels like a promise that keeps itself. You meet it halfway, day after day. Faith becomes practical and strong. Old photos look gentler because the ache has been blessed. You see the lesson where the loss used to stand. You bless the chapter and keep the book open. Your name finds its way into rooms built for your gifts. It lands without force and is welcomed without confusion. The right doors know your knock. The river of your life widens and slows just enough to reflect the sky. You can finally see yourself clearly in its surface. The reflection smiles because it recognizes home. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. You understand now that departures can be loyal to destiny. They protect timelines you cannot yet see. They escort you to alignment like quiet guardians. The silence that once frightened you now nourishes you. It is a table set for you and wisdom. You eat and rise stronger. New friendships grow from honest soil. They require no mask and reward no pretense. You breathe easier in their shade. The future answers you with practical steps. Do the next kind thing, the next brave thing, the next true thing. The staircase appears under your feet as you move. Type Amen to get blessing 5757. A celebration approaches that will feel like sunlight thick enough to hold. You will stand in it and realize you became your own safe place. Safety changes the taste of every hour. You will hear your name spoken with clean respect. It will not come from flattery, it will come from recognition. Recognition is what love sounds like when it matures. You will notice that peace has a posture and you have learned it. Shoulders lowered, jaw unclenched, breath deep and honest. Your presence will teach the room. The leaving that once defined your nights will become a completed lesson. Gratitude will seal it like wax on a finished letter. You will set the letter down and pick up your life. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. The calendar starts to feel like a garden you tend with care. You plant small intentions in the mornings and harvest quiet victories at night. Patience becomes the sun that feeds everything you are growing. Your phone grows quieter because your spirit has learned to listen inward. Silence is no longer empty because it is full of your own trustworthy voice. You move through hours with a calm that does not need permission. A gentle mentor enters your life through timing that feels precise. Their presence steadies your steps without taking the journey from you. Wisdom begins to speak in short sentences that land like anchors. You learn to be guided by yes more than by fear. Yes opens doors that used to ignore your knock. The hallway beyond those doors feels made to your measure. Type Amen to get blessing 4141. The work of your hands becomes a craft again. You shape days like clay and feel meaning rise beneath your fingers. Fulfillment returns as the natural result of attention. Old promises that expired lose their authority over your choices. You bless them for what they taught and let them rest. Freedom answers and sits beside you like a loyal friend. An unexpected trip appears on your path with simple purpose. You go because the air in your life wants a new window. The journey teaches your feet a language of trust. Standing in a new place, you realize closure can happen anywhere. It is an agreement your heart makes with truth. The horizon signs that agreement with light. Type Amen to get blessing 606. At home, you choose music that matches your healing. The notes thread through rooms like silver cords. Every corner begins to hum with completion. Your body thanks you for the rest you now respect. Sleep arrives early and leaves gifts on your pillow. Clarity greets you at dawn and walks with you into noon. A letter finally arrives from far away and feels lighter than you expected. It carries a tone of peace that surprises you. Relief opens in your chest like a window catching wind. You answer with grace that neither chases nor retreats. Your words sit tall and kind on the page. When you press send, the past exhales and stays where it belongs. Type Amen to get blessing 909. You practice being present until presence becomes your home. The minutes stop running and begin to unfold. Time treats you like a partner rather than a pursuer. Joy becomes portable and fits in your pocket. You carry it into errands, conversations, and ordinary tasks. Everywhere you go, the day brightens by a degree. The road you walk now meets others who walk with care. Their steps respect your rhythm and their hearts respect your space. Companionship grows without performance. Night returns each day as a friend who brings stars. You sit with the constellations and feel yourself included. The sky writes your steadiness in quiet ink. Type Amen to get blessing 7474. The morning light starts honoring your name again. It pours through the window and lands exactly where your plans are waiting. Alignment arrives with a quiet certainty that feels like home. My beloved child, your patience has been building a bridge you can finally cross. Each steady step you took in private now echoes with reward. Your courage pays its own dividends. You notice how gently your heart responds to truth. It opens just wide enough to let wisdom in and keeps the drafts out. Balance becomes your daily companion. The old ache is now a polished stone you keep in your pocket for perspective. You touch it and remember how far you have walked. Gratitude turns distance into strength. Type Amen to get blessing 8181. A door you never expected to return to reappears in a kinder form. It carries an invitation that matches your maturity. You enter without shrinking or performing. Work becomes a canvas that respects your colors. You add one faithful stroke at a time and the picture deepens. Others begin to recognize the artist and not just the art. Money begins to flow in patterns that reward integrity. You steward it with calm hands and generous plans. Provision trusts you because you trust yourself. Your boundaries hum like tuned strings on a well-kept instrument. They make music out of yes and peace out of no. The world learns your melody and responds with respect. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. A friendship forms in the softest season of your healing. It arrives slow, listens well, and carries its own light. You do not rush it and it does not fade. Your home smells like new beginnings and warm bread. The air remembers laughter and gets better at holding it. Even the walls feel kinder. A message from the past reaches you with a steady tone. It offers closure without tugging your sleeve. You bless it and place it back where it belongs. You practice the sacred art of unhurried decisions. Clarity stands beside you like a dependable witness. Peace signs every agreement. Type Amen to get blessing 6868. Your dreams stop shouting because you finally hear them at a whisper. They give you a list you can actually do. You do it and watch the future keep its word. A small celebration marks the moment you trust your timing. You light a single candle and it lights up the entire room. Joy respects simplicity and arrives on cue. You begin to carry yourself the way answered prayers would walk. Shoulders lowered, spine faithful, breath like a tide. Your presence teaches calm to every space. The night sky looks like a handwriting lesson in hope. Stars arrange themselves into quiet sentences you understand. You read until your eyelids close with ease. Type Amen to get blessing 5252. An old habit loses interest in you because you outgrew its hooks. Freedom has nothing to prove and everything to offer. You accept its offer and keep moving. Your gifts now choose where to shine and when to rest. They refuse the stage that costs your soul. They prefer rooms that honor truth. Opportunities arrive with instructions that make sense. You follow them one page at a time. The result is a staircase that holds. Your heart learns the choreography of boldness and grace. It steps forward, bows to wisdom, and advances again. The music never rushes and you never stumble. Type Amen to get blessing 4545. A letter from the future finds you in a quiet afternoon. It reads like a promise already halfway fulfilled. You fold it and place it near the work that completes it. You bless the version of you who survived what was heavy. That blessing becomes fuel rather than fire. You travel farther on less effort. A gentle opportunity to love again knocks at your door. It does not ask to be your medicine. It asks to be your mirror. You say yes to the pace that protects your peace. Yes takes your hand and sets a table with time. You eat and rise nourished. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The path ahead widens into lanes for rest, work, and wonder. You switch lanes with skill and no apology. Harmony replaces hustle as your true engine. A message arrives with numbers that match a prayer you once whispered. Precision hugs your day like a tailored coat. You fasten the buttons and step into purpose. Your compassion grows wiser and stops rescuing what refuses to heal. It chooses presence over panic. It chooses truth over noise. The leaving that broke your heart has become a compass that points to freedom. You hold it without resentment and read it without fear. It points forward and so do you. Type Amen to get blessing 9898. The rhythm of your days begins to sound like a promise that keeps itself. You move from task to task with a grace that feels earned. What once was heavy now behaves like a tool in your hand. My beloved child, the ground under your feet has become dependable. Each step returns your investment with quiet certainty. Your breath keeps time with a future that welcomes you. A door of favor swings open on ordinary hinges. You step through without shrinking, carrying your truth like a lantern. The room on the other side recognizes your light. You reorganize your priorities and the world reorganizes its response. Alignment hums beneath everything you touch. Ease becomes the proof that you are in the right place. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Your name is spoken in rooms your feet have not entered yet. Respect travels ahead like a herald that knows your story. It prepares chairs that fit your stature. Opportunities begin to arrive with clarity and fairness. They match your values the way a key matches its lock. You turn the key and the path answers yes. You invest in your peace like it pays interest. Peace multiplies into focus, and focus multiplies into results. The results stand on their own and tell the truth for you. You count small victories without apology. Each one is a brick and the wall now holds. The shelter you built for your heart is weatherproof and warm. Type Amen to get blessing 4646. Your generosity evolves into strategy. You give where growth is guaranteed. Heaven tracks your seed and arranges the harvest. A letter of good news travels with steady feet. It finds you at the exact hour your courage is highest. You open it and feel the future step closer. Conversations that used to drain you now refine you. You state your boundaries with kindness that does not bend. The right people stay and the wrong patterns leave. Your mornings carry a clean momentum. You sip clarity and plan with confidence. The day salutes you and moves in step. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. An idea you nurtured in silence announces itself with timing that fits. You give it structure and it gives you reach. The exchange is honest and strong. Your work speaks in the language of excellence. It does not shout, but it cannot be ignored. Excellence becomes your quiet signature. You feel guided without being pushed. Nudges arrive as alignment rather than urgency. You follow them and discover precision waiting. You care for your body like it is the instrument of your calling. Rest becomes a discipline and nourishment becomes a decision. Strength returns as a faithful friend. Type Amen to get blessing 5858. A connection forms that honors truth above performance. It breathes at a pace that protects both hearts. Gratitude becomes the shared language. You revisit an old place and find it healed. The walls remember you and smile. You leave a blessing on the threshold and keep walking. Money flows in ways that reward wisdom. You steward with calm hands and generous vision. Provision trusts you because you trust your path. Your creativity picks up a steady pulse. Ideas stack neatly into plans and plans step into practice. Progress becomes your everyday climate. Type Amen to get blessing 4321. My beloved child, your past now stands behind you as a teacher and not a jailer. You bow to the lesson and release the weight. Freedom arrives with both feet on the ground. A message arrives from someone who respects your growth. Their words fit your season like a tailored coat. You wear the blessing and keep moving. Your faith expresses itself through consistent action. You do the next kind thing and the next honest thing. Destiny cooperates with that rhythm. The night sky feels closer and kinder. Stars arrange themselves into confirmations you can actually use. You sleep under their agreement and wake with fresh strength. Type Amen to get blessing 9090. Your confidence begins to walk ahead of you and hold the door. It waits with the calm of someone who knows you will arrive. You step through and the room welcomes your name. The projects you once postponed now tap your shoulder with kindness. You choose one, then another, and momentum gathers like a friendly wind. Progress learns your address and keeps visiting. Your intuition stops whispering and starts speaking clearly. It points to the next right action and you obey without debate. Peace expands because obedience shortens the distance to relief. You notice the world responding to your steadiness. Traffic seems lighter, lines move faster, and conversations land true. Reality prefers people who move with honest rhythm. Type Amen to get blessing 12121. A message of favor reaches you through an ordinary doorway. It carries the scent of timing and the weight of yes. You accept it with both hands and a steady heart. My beloved child, the seeds you planted in quiet are breaking the surface. Sprouts of opportunity tilt toward your sunlight. You water them with consistency and watch them grow. You learn the clean art of finishing. Tasks close behind you like gentle doors that lock themselves. Completion becomes a protection against doubt. The mirror shows a softness that is not fragile. It is the softness of a wave that can move stone. Your strength has learned to be kind to itself. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. An invitation arrives from a circle that honors what you carry. You sit at the table without shrinking and add your portion. The conversation makes room and your voice takes root. Your schedule shifts from crowded to curated. Every hour has a purpose that aligns with your peace. Distraction loses its grip and clarity takes the lead. You notice that generosity sharpens, not drains, your vision. You give with wisdom and receive with humility. Flow becomes the language of your finances. A door you once feared reveals itself as a hallway to mastery. You walk it one measured step at a time. Skill stacks until excellence is your signature. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. A gentle confirmation finds you in the middle of an ordinary errand. It arrives like a hand to the small of your back, steady and sure. You nod to yourself and keep moving. Your boundaries now speak fluently in both warmth and firmness. They protect what you build and welcome who aligns. The architecture of your life holds. My beloved child, your patience is wealth that compounds daily. It pays in clarity, courage, and clean outcomes. You are rich in what cannot be stolen. You honor your body with rest that is both chosen and kept. Rest returns the favor by sharpening your focus. Focus turns effort into elegant results. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. A message from someone important includes the word congratulations. It lands softly but changes the temperature of the room. You feel seen and you stand a little taller. You revisit a dream you set aside for safekeeping. It still fits and now it moves with more grace. You place it back on your calendar with confidence. Your home becomes a sanctuary that cooperates with your destiny. Surfaces are cleared, light is invited, and peace is staged. The atmosphere agrees with your future. In the quiet of evening, gratitude gathers like constellations. You name each star by what it taught you. The sky answers by opening wider. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. A relationship shifts from effort to ease. Truth has trimmed what was heavy and left what is alive. You breathe and the bond breathes with you. Opportunities now seek you with accuracy. They match your values and respect your time. You accept them without bracing. The path reroutes around old obstacles as if they learned your name. Detours disappear and straight lines appear. Efficiency becomes a blessing that frees your hours. Your creativity settles into a reliable tide. Ideas arrive, plans form, execution follows. The shore of your results stays clean and strong. Type Amen to get blessing 575. A purchase you delayed becomes available at the perfect price. Provision proves it knows your address. You smile because alignment loves details. Your words gain a new weight that calms rooms. People hear your steadiness and trust rises. Influence follows responsibility and you carry it well. My beloved child, you are fluent in the language of enough. Enough time, enough courage, enough clarity. Enough is the doorway to overflow. You practice the graceful art of leaving at the right time. Doors close softly behind you without regret. Futures open softly before you without fear. Type Amen to get blessing 8080. The next plan you write feels like a map that already knows the terrain. You follow it and arrive on schedule. Arrival becomes a habit rather than an event. You start investing in long horizons with quiet boldness. Small steps, repeated well, become a bridge. Bridges make distances honest. Your past applauds from the balcony of lessons learned. It does not interrupt and it does not instruct. It simply honors your becoming. You experience a moment of clean laughter in an unexpected place. It rings like a blessing over everything beneath it. Joy recognizes home and stays longer. Type Amen to get blessing 9191. A signal of favor repeats across unrelated channels. Numbers align, names echo, doors open in sequence. Precision becomes the poetry of your season. You refine how you accept praise so it becomes fuel, not fire. It warms your courage without burning your humility. Balance holds the cup while you drink. Your calendar now includes sacred margins. White space protects the art of your life. Within those margins, miracles write legible sentences. An elder truth returns with a new application. What you knew becomes something you can use today. Wisdom updates itself and remains faithful. Type Amen to get blessing 7070. A tender promise you made to yourself is kept in full. You feel the relief of self-trust restored. The foundation deepens and the house stands taller. Your generosity circles back through someone you least expected. It arrives multiplied and measured. You recognize your own seed in the harvest again. My beloved child, your peace is now portable and transferable. Rooms change when you enter because you steward your climate. Calm becomes your